Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego here in beautiful Bogota, Colombia on this rainy day. Now, this is a very important video for you guys in the K1 visa process, okay? Your K1 visa you've been waiting for a year and a half has been approved. You've got your second letter of approval, the NOA2 from USCIS. And now what do you do? Here's what you do. Listen up. Number one, ladies and gentlemen, you need to get an entire copy of the K1 visa package that you sent to the lockbox that went to the service center that has now been approved for you guys for your K1 visa, okay? An entire copy of the K1 visa package, okay? This needs to be in the hands of your fiance, okay? If you received an RFE during this process, but your visa's now been approved, get a copy of the RFE. That needs to be in the hands of your fiance, okay? She needs to be reviewing all this information prior to her embassy interview, which is now being set up by the National Visa Center, okay? 2 weeks before your visa interview date, both of you need to write a new letter of intent to get married and include in the letter that you still want to continue with the K1 visa process, okay? You still intend to get married to each other with the date 2 weeks before your visa interview, okay? Very important. Your fiance will need an original signed copy of the I-134 USCIS form I-134 affidavit of support, okay? This is required evidence that your fiance needs to bring to his or her visa interview. She needs to have, or he needs to have, your latest tax return, your W-2s, a letter from your employer saying you are still working for these people. If you are retired military, a up-to-date letter from the DFAS, Defense Finance and Accounting System Service Center, saying you're on military retirement. A letter from Social Security saying this is how much Social Security income I have, okay? Now, if you're going to have a joint sponsor, if you need a joint sponsor because you don't quite meet the income requirements, you need to have your sponsor sign the form I-865. You need a copy of his tax return, a W-2s, a letter from his or her employer saying my joint sponsor works and this is his income. Okay, if you don't meet the income requirements, which is 100% of the poverty guidelines as set forth by the U.S. government, okay, your fiance, Mr. Sponsor, will need a statement from your bank officer, bank official, or your financial institution, okay, saying this is how much money I make, and this is where my money went, and this is how long I've had my bank account, okay. This will identify you when you open the bank account, how much was deposited in a year, and the present balance, okay? Immigration want to know how much money do you have in your bank, how long have you had your bank account, and it's just evidence because they don't want your future wife or husband to be on public welfare, okay? If you are self-employed, your fiance will need a copy of your last income tax return that was filed with the IRS, okay? Do you have bonds? Okay, if you have bonds and you're using bonds to back up your financial resources, you will need the serial numbers and denominations of the bonds and the record of ownership, okay? You need to get all this information together as soon as you get your second letter of notification, okay, your NOA2. Start preparing actually right now for your second letter, NOA2, if you haven't yet been approved for your visa, okay? bring both copies of your NOA1 and your NOA2 and the originals to your fiancée. She needs the originals and the copies for her visa interview, okay? Very important. And proof of evidence of your relationship. When you got your first NOA1 letter, you mailed the lockbox all this evidence of your relationship. And I hope you, Mr. Sponsor, have been keeping evidence of your relationship since NOA1 letter to NOA2 letter, which could be a year and a half's worth of stuff. Receipts, boarding passes, passport stamps when you came to visit your fiancée in her home country. Now I'm in Bogota, Colombia, and I've got all my stuff saved and documented and ready to go. So when I get my second NOA2 letter, okay, I've got evidence to prove I've got an ongoing relationship with my fiancée because I'm living with her in Colombia. Okay? Now this situation may not be the same for you, but you gotta have the evidence, okay? Photos, travel documents, print the WhatsApp chat logs. Go to your WhatsApp account and print all your chats, okay? Your Facebook chats, Facebook Messenger chats, your emails, okay? From NOA1 letter to NOA2 letter, okay? Now, if you have purchased an engagement ring for your fiancée, it needs to be on her finger and she needs to wear it to the visa interview so the immigration officer will see it. And if you have the receipt for the engagement ring, have her bring that along too. Okay, now, this information needs to be in the hands of your fiancée, in her hands, for the visa interview. I do not recommend you mail the stuff to her in her home country. Buy a plane ticket, get on a plane, and bring all this stuff to her personally, or him, personally, so it doesn't get lost. And put it in your hand baggage, in your maleta, in your hand carry-on luggage. If you have to leave 5 pairs of underwear and a pair of jeans behind to fit the stuff, so be it. Leave it behind. But bring this stuff to him or her personally, and then together go over the information, go over it, and so your wife-to-be or husband-to-be understands the immigration process. Now, Karina is at her brother's house hanging out with family, and I'm pretty sure that my future niece and nephew will be here soon, so I'm going to wrap this video up. We are here for you, okay? This YouTube channel is for you, not for us. Okay, we're in the process with you. We are in the K1 process with you guys, okay, and we're helping you through the process, okay? I know the process inside and out, backwards, upside down. You don't need an attorney to do it. It's an easy process, and as long as you have a real relationship, real evidence, a strong K1 visa package, which you have. If your visa got approved, you are on the right track. Now you got to run to the finish line with this evidence, okay? Get on a plane, fly to your fiance's country with the K1 visa package copy, the original documents, everything I mentioned in this video. And then your visa will be approved. You will turn in your fiance's passport. She will turn it in, or he, get the visa, and you're in the United States getting married. We hope this visa information is helpful to you guys. Okay, listen to our videos. We've made a bunch of videos on how to do this easy process, and we will see you in Colombia.